Good morning everyone. This is Kamikawa Kalen. What are you guys using the Memo app? Are you dissatisfied with the genuine iPhone Memo app? I often use my smartphone sideways. When I lay my smartphone on its side, the display area becomes smaller and I can't copy and paste at all. For that reason, in other Memo apps, is there a better Memo app? I searched for various apps. But to conclude, I tried various apps, but I came to the conclusion that I would never come across a Memo app that I was happy with. But I'm not looking for complex multifunctionality in my notes. 1. I want to undo. 2. I want to synchronize with a Windows PC. 3. I want to make the copy and paste smooth, especially when using it sideways. 4. I want to count the number of characters. 5. I want to start the Memo app by tapping the back of the new function of iOS 14. 6. You can paste the URL, and click it to jump to the browser. I want to easily operate, copy URL, instead of jumping to the browser at the same time. 7. I want to insert still images and video images. 8. I want you to be able to handle long sentences. 9. I want the search function to be enhanced. So to speak, I'm just looking for natural functions as a Memo app. However, I never came across a Memo app that I was satisfied with. He said he tried various apps. For example, 1. The Simple Note had the best workability, but I couldn't put an image on it. It's hard to copy and paste. 2. With Google Keep, the screen suddenly jumps somewhere. You can copy in a narrow range without blurring, but it is difficult to copy and paste in a wide range. I can't count the number of characters. 2. The screen of Google Docs suddenly jumps somewhere. URL pasting is troublesome and cannot be pasted directly. I can't copy and paste smoothly in landscape orientation. 3. Microsoft OneNote is slow. I can't copy and paste smoothly. Especially difficult to work sideways. The screen suddenly jumps somewhere. 4. Ichitaro cannot turn sideways. In addition, Word, Evernote, Form Memo, Adult Notepad, SomNote, Best Note, Bear, Evernote, I also tried, but there is a problem, especially in the sideways copy and paste work. There was nothing I was happy with. There aren't many Memo apps that are better than genuine Memo apps. That was my conclusion. Then, you may think that you should use the genuine Memo app, but even if you can copy and paste well, there are difficulties in other work. I thought, but when I looked it up, I found that there are many ways to solve it. In conclusion, isn't the genuine Memo app the best? I have come to think that, so I would like to inform you here. First, 1. There is no undo function. There is no undo redo, such as when you accidentally erase it. So with that alone, I don't like this Memo app anymore. Look for another app. I think there are many people who say that. I was one of them. But in the case of iPhone, I found that it can be undo by shaking the main body. It makes me wonder, why are you hiding this tricky? I would love to inform you. 2. Cannot synchronize with Windows PC. Again, just because I didn't have this feature, I wanted to move to another app. I've heard that iPhone, iPad, Mac can be synced with a simple task. Maybe it can't be synchronized with Windows, I thought, but I realized that I could actually do it. This is also a tricky thing that I think it is intentional, but you can do it by accessing here. https://www.icloud.com/ You will be asked for your Apple ID and password only at the beginning, but not after that. However, even if you specify the range of the memo text that can be displayed on the PC and right-click, the menu called Copy does not appear. If you think you can't copy and paste, is it just an image? After specifying the range, copy with Ctrl+C, undo redo with Ctrl+Z, paste with Ctrl+A, cut with Ctrl+X, so I knew I could do it. Now you can see that Apple's genuine Memo app can be used on Windows. It's just a hassle, so Apple, please add it to the right-click menu as soon as possible. 3. I want to make copy and paste smooth. This is the biggest problem for me, and I just want to make it another app. When the smartphone is turned sideways and the keyboard is displayed, there are only about 2 lines of text display part. When I wanted to specify a range of about 3 lines, the screen went out of control. The range cannot be specified accurately. However, when I looked it up, it was only with the genuine Memo app. It turned out that this work can be done smoothly as a trick. Set keyboard is not displayed, and press and hold the screen for 1 click, about 1 second. Although I feel a slight sound, you can specify the range by sliding it sideways without releasing your finger. Also, even with keyboard displayed, after double-clicking the screen, you can specify the range by sliding it sideways without releasing your finger. This is a very useful feature when the screen is turned sideways. By not displaying the keyboard when the screen is turned sideways, since you can specify the range in a wide range, the screen will not go wild. In my experience, the apps that can do this there were only two, a genuine memo app and Google Keep. If you use the screen sideways, please try it. Well, aren't there too many? In addition, I found that you can also specify the range by pressing and holding the blank button. I don't even need that method anymore. The method of pointing out the range by pressing and holding the blank button is introduced in another video, so please refer to that. 4. The number of characters cannot be displayed. This is not possible with the genuine memo app. This is enough to make it a different app. However, after investigating various things, I found out that I can do it with an app called Character Count. After specifying the range, this is possible by clicking Count the number of characters from the Share button. Until now, using a memo app that can count the number of characters on the web, there were only these methods, such as pasting text and counting. With this app, you can check the number of characters not only in the memo app but also in all other apps. Furthermore, until now, we only knew the number of characters in a single memo. Using this app, you can see the number of characters in the part that you specified in the range, which is very convenient. 6. Is it possible to start a new memo app with the new function, Back Tap, of iOS 14? Until now, you can launch a new memo app from the control center. I was able to start the memo app from the lock screen. Tap on the back to launch a new memo app. I was frustrated because I couldn't do it because I could do it. I found out that I can do it with the following shortcut. Thank you to Mr. Maru Kobayashi for creating it. The great thing about the later shortcuts is it is possible to combine the copies by day into one memo. For example, when you want to copy the YouTube video title and URL to one memo app, up until this point, copy the title, paste it on a memo. Copy the URL, paste it on a memo. It was necessary to work 4 times, but if you use this shortcut, copy the title, click on the back, and paste. Copy the URL and click on the back, paste. These 2 tasks can be combined into one memo without moving the screen or moving the application. This is to copy the necessary part while looking at the browser. It is very useful when making one sentence. Also, if you want to make another memo, you can create a new memo by changing the beginning of the sentence. It is a function that you can fully enjoy the new functions of iOS 14. I have a double tap on the back, a screenshot. The triple tap is a shortcut for launching this memo app. How do you guys assign this new back tap feature? 7. You can paste URLs, still images, and videos normally with the genuine app. Surprisingly, there are many apps that cannot do this. Even if you can put it anywhere in the sentence. Google Keep, Google Docs, Microsoft OneNote, and so on. 8. About long sentences with the genuine app, you can paste as long as the memory allows. There was a report that about 10 million characters are okay, but I tried it until it exceeded 50,000 characters and it was perfectly fine. Surprisingly, with other apps such as Keep and ForMemo, it can no longer be handled with tens of thousands of characters. I'm worried about this. 9. About the search function when you paste an image using a function called Document Scan. Not only copy and paste text from images, you can also search for characters in images by searching. This is very useful when searching. Besides, you can handwrite, share notes, pin notes to the top of the list. You can create checklists, create ruled line tables, manage hierarchies with folders. With Siri, you can even convert voice to text. It seems that there are not many functions, and in fact, many functions are included. Well, you don't have to stick to one app. You can use it on the spot, but by all means, the genuine app is not a fool. I found that it is an app that I want everyone to use widely. That's all.